Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and we have something pretty urgent to talk about today. Shout out to Twitter. I would have never found this out if I weren't just randomly scrolling Twitter, and I'm like, wow, that's what happened? So let's go ahead and get right into it. So obviously you guys know that Facebook reported earnings today after the market closed, and shares went up about 13% in after hours. But here's what I didn't know. Now, I saw earlier in the day during the actual trading hours that Facebook stock went down, but I also noticed the entire market was going down. So I thought that investors were just pricing in the fact that Facebook could do pretty bad on earnings. That's what I thought. But now come to find out later, that's not what happened. What happened was in the Bloomberg terminal. Bloomberg is like the ultimate authority on stock news and financial information. That's like what all the big boys on Wall Street use. They all have the Bloomberg terminal, which costs like a whole bunch of money to have access to, right? In the Bloomberg terminal, somehow Facebook's earnings got leaked. And I'm like, what? So here's the story. Facebook shares actually plunged today. I thought they were just down just because everything else was kind of down today. You know, it was a weird market today, right? But no, Facebook shares actually plunged due to disappointing revenue outlook leaked on the Bloomberg terminal. Now, what happened was not immediately, but maybe like 30 minutes or so after, maybe a few minutes, I don't know. But a few minutes after that leak, Bloomberg apologized and said, that's not true. These aren't their real numbers. This was an accident and we're not sure how it happened. Huh? Now, I hate to get conspiratorial again, guys, because I know I've been a little conspiracy lately on this channel. I'm really not trying to be, but I think most of you guys are kind of like me, right? I think we're kind of out of the box critical thinkers, right? We don't just believe whatever we're told. We have a mind of our own, right? And my mind tells me that was not done on accident. That leak, that so-called leak that happened on the Bloomberg terminal, that wasn't done on accident. I think that was done on purpose. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. But I really think that was done on purpose. And when have you ever seen something like that ever happen on Bloomberg? Like they don't have a team of people who monitor their systems and make sure that nothing like that is happening. Every major company has an IT department, you know, that is monitoring that stuff. So something about that doesn't sound right. And then what makes the day so strange is Facebook actually didn't report good earnings. The earnings were actually bad, but because their daily active users went up a little bit, the stock went up in after hours. It went up like 13%. So now the stock is almost at $200 when it was trading in the 170s earlier in the day. So if you want my honest opinion, I don't know what to make of it, but I think the earnings leak might have been some type of weird way for them to maybe play some psychology games with investors, right? Maybe a way to soften the blow almost for the earnings that would come out later. Because you can't tell me that this was an accident. Oh, the exact same day Facebook has an earnings, they just randomly leak the earnings on Bloomberg. Like I said, we've seen earnings leaks before. But normally, because I've seen it before with some small cap stocks, but normally those are just fake articles that come out or somebody tweets on Twitter. I've never seen a fake or a fake earnings leak come out on the Bloomberg terminal. I've never seen that. Never in my life. So that's really, really strange. And it starts to make me wonder, is the market actually rigged? Right? Because it just doesn't really make sense. It's like if you were a type of person in Wall Street who knew this was going to happen, you could have made yourself a killing today. You literally could have bought Facebook in the 170s for a trade, and you could have freaking rolled it up to where it is now. It's sitting at 207, and you could sell it tomorrow for a pretty nice profit. I mean, the goddamn stock is up 18% in after hours. And I hate to say it, guys, but it really starts to make you wonder, is the stock market a little rigged? Because that's very weird. That's not normal. It looks like Facebook hit a low of 171 today. And I'm looking here around the time when the news leaked. It looks like when the news leaked, Facebook went from 179 and then it went to 171. So from 179, it went to 171 once the earnings news got leaked. The fake earnings news got leaked. And then once the real earnings came out, and it softened the blow because investors already priced in a bad earnings, and they got the full picture even though it was still bad earnings, it wasn't necessarily as bad as investors may have thought, right? Especially since they already priced it in. Now the stock rallies and goes up 18%. So now I don't know what to think about tomorrow. It has me thinking, are Wall Street going to dump on investors? Because I looked at Facebook's earnings a little bit more thoroughly. They weren't good. The only, I guess, good thing is daily active users went up. But honestly, daily active users and monthly active users didn't go up that much. Like what, 3%? It's not good for a stock like Facebook. So I don't know. I've got a bunch of, I don't want to get conspiracy here, but I got a bunch of different theories in my head. Like, I almost wouldn't be surprised if this thing dumped tomorrow because the earnings wasn't good. Like, this looks like a classic Wall Street rig BS. I hate to say it. And I'm not throwing any accusations. This is allegedly. You know, don't come after me. I'm just a YouTuber, but I'm just giving my thoughts here. That is very iffy and fishy. It went from 179 to 171, and then it just goes to the freaking moon. And this is the same day where they freaking leaked their earnings call. You know, it's just very fishy to me, guys. It's very fishy. And that'll go ahead and conclude today's video. I actually had another video prepared, but that'll have to come out another time because when I saw that fishy weirdo stuff going on with Wall Street and Facebook, I had to cover it, guys, because, you know, we're the little guys here compared to these big guys. And one thing we know is there are a lot of things in life that are rigged. And unfortunately, the powers that be, and by that I mean the governmental powers that can come in and stop it, unfortunately, don't do what they should in order to stop the corruption. So hopefully the SEC will look into this because that is very problematic and very fishy. And yeah, there you have it. That'll go and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.